Hello and welcome to a quick little info video on one of my favorite courses when it comes to fashion. Now, did you know that there is actually, according to you and your personality, there's actually the right cuts and colors and fabrics and textiles and movements of fabrics and shapes of different things that we wear that actually match and reflect who we are on the inside. Here's an example. So have you ever maybe ordered a drink or pulled a drink out of the refrigerator and you take a drink of it and it is something completely different? Well, what that does, right? We're very caught off guard. We're very surprised. We're like, this is not what I ordered, or like, what the heck? Can you change my order back? And so what actually happens when we encounter people in life, this happens if the way that we present ourselves on the outside does not match who we are on the inside. Now, this actually gets into some different subconscious information and knowledge about ourselves and that nonverbal communication. So if you can think, or if you can understand that when it comes to our subconscious communication or that nonverbal communication that we do with other people, it is actually a huge, huge chunk of the way that we experience someone else. And if we meet with somebody, or if we present ourselves in a certain way and our personality, or the way that we speak, or even the features that are on our face, if there is incongruency there, their subconscious is going to be left with this gut feeling that there's something that doesn't quite match about that person. So one of my favorite courses is called Dress Your Truth, and there's a book actually, it's called It's Just by Nature by Carol Tuttle, and I love this book because it goes over just the different energy types that we naturally find in nature, how that shows up in our personality, in the way that we move, the way that we walk, the different features that we have on our faces, how we speak, the expressions in our eyes, the different energy that we give off to people. So she relates how we are, how it's connected in nature, and then relates it to the different qualities of those things in nature. So whether someone is a weeping willow, or if they are, not that they're sad or depressed or anything like that, it's more of the graceful type movements, or if they are more of an iceberg, maybe they're more stoic. Once you get underneath the surface, there is richness and deepness in them and in who they are. Maybe they're a bird or light, and she just does a really, really great job at talking about some of the different personality types and how it's found in nature. And then the online course that I'm going to suggest that you take, what it does is it correlates who you are, how you are made. It connects that with those natural features within nature. And then there's a course that you can take on, they teach you what fabrics and cuts and colors and shapes and all that great stuff match you and your personality. So I'm just going to go over just a couple things in the book. Like I said, It's Just My Nature by Carol Tuttle. And then just so you guys know, I have a link especially for this group. It's a link for a free energy profile assessment, so you're going to know what type of energy you are. And again, you'll have a dominant energy type, and then you'll have subcategories. And then a discount code if you do decide to take the entire course, which I highly, highly recommend. I know for me, and I'll dig into this in just a second, but for me, after I did the course, it really changed a lot of how I not only went shopping for different outfits. It made shopping a lot easier because I knew that, like, okay, this matches me and who I am, this matches me and who I am, this makes me feel amazing because it matches who I am on the inside. So it made shopping easier. I ended up actually saving money because I knew that I wasn't just going to buy a bunch of stuff to try it on and maybe hope that it felt good, but then it was just going to sit in my closet. I had a lot of things in my closet that with the tag still on that I wasn't wearing, that I had maybe seen a picture of on Pinterest, or a friend wear it, or I saw it on a mannequin or on the rack, and I was like, oh, I think that's really cute. And then I put it on and I'm like, wah, wah, maybe it's just a bad hair day, so I'll just keep it, or I don't have time to take it back right now. So I actually end up saving money because I only choose things that match me and my personality. So and then what that does is it actually increases confidence. I feel great every single time I leave the house with what I'm wearing because I know that it matches me, and I don't get caught in this comparison of, oh, that's really cute. Maybe I should go get something like that. Maybe I should wear it. And maybe I would look that cute because I'm, because there just isn't any of that going on. I could say that's really great for her. That wouldn't match for me, and that's okay. So there was just a lot of really, really valuable information that helped a lot. So I'm going to go over, like I said, just a few little nuggets from this book that talks about the different energy types. So the first one in nature is type 1. And so type 1 is nitrogen or the air, so type of an energy. So the distinct movements and shapes of this different energy type, it's very upward and light and buoyant, and it moves upward and out. It randomly moves, it disconnects, and it connects readily, effortlessly. Energy type number 2, this energy moves in a steady downward flow, cascading gently and easily, always staying connected and on its course. So that one is this one here. Now, energy number 3, energy moves swiftly and dynamically in a regular course. It is a confident, sure movement that always leaves an impression or evidence that movement was there. And that energy type is active or reactive movement. Oh, and energy type number 2 was fluid and flowing. So the energy number 3, that one you can see there. And then type number 4, that one is more of the carbon or the earth, or this one's more of the constant and the still movements. So these are, it's constant, steady movement that moves from one point to another with exactness, like a straight line. And so as you can see, that is the type of movement that carbon or that energy number 4 type causes. And so then with energy type 1, like I said, what we're looking for now when it comes to the dominant person who has type 1, that primary movement is upward and light. Their natural gifts are actually ideas. I have a new idea. When can we, let's do it. And then their dominant quality is cheerfully lifting us up to feel more fun and hopeful. Let's see here. The dominant energy number 2 person, again, it's that swivelly line that kind of flows downward. The primary movement is fluid and flowing. Their natural gifts are details. Now, in quotes, what do we need to know and to do to make this idea possible? And then their dominant quality is calmly connecting us to our hearts and to each other. Now, energy type number 3 is, like I said, it was kind of that triangular one. This one is active and reactive, and their natural gift is action. Let's get to work and let's get it done. And their dominant quality is swiftly moving us forward to our desired outcomes. And then type number 4 is that straight line. And they're constant and still. Their natural gifts are perfecting. So here's how we can make it better. And then their dominant quality is serenely reflecting truth back to us and improving the quality of our lives. So as you can see, not only is this book, it's really, really fun to start to learn about you and your energy type and how that's connected to nature. But it also talks about just the gifts that you're going to naturally have with that. Now, when it comes to the Dress Your Truth course, which, like I said, if you decide to do the entire course, which I highly, highly recommend, I do have a discount code specifically for you guys. So make sure that you take that and take advantage of that. But what I wanted to show you was when you do take the course, it's going to give you the specific colors and templates and information according to you and your type. So this is actually a type 1, and this is my dominant type for me. So I am, again, it's that upward, it's that light, animated, buoyant, crisp. I talk with my hands a lot, right? There's that animated and fun. So then the shapes for the person who is type 1 is circles, stars, hearts, curlicues, flowers, and any animated shape. The design lines of what they're looking for on their clothes are like what we should see are circles, hearts, points of a stars, and any animated shapes on any part of the garment. The textures, how does it feel? We want it to feel crisp, bumpy, but not chunky, with the lightest weave. So actually what I'm wearing is like a perfect example. Like this is like a super lightweight jacket. There's a little bit of bumpiness here. It's got that floral on it. It's got some fun little lines. It's open here, so it really creates the illusion of that open neck and that upward and that light. She even gives tips on hair. So for me, having that upward movement and the bouffant with my hair is a good thing when it comes to just sharing me and my personality. And even though I have dark hair here, I actually just got it colored. It was blonde not very long ago, but hey. But as you can see, it does have like that nice, still those highlights in there to still, even if it's a darker color, to give it that light and that upward movement and that shine. So then back to type 1. So now fabrication. How does the fabric fall on your body? So we're looking for light to medium weight fabrics that hold themselves up and look crisp and feel light and fresh on the body. Any patterns, like we mentioned before, it's the animated shapes, the random placements, scattered, disconnected, and light. Upward movement on any of the designs. So horizontal lines are great versus vertical lines are better than the horizontal lines for the dominant type 1 person. And then medium to high contrast in color combinations. So this is a high contrast. Black and white is high contrast. And when I wear clothes, I always typically like to create that contrast with the colors. And then what we're looking at for this color chart it's what's called a tint. So it's the pure color plus white. So any color that you look at, that's what's going to best fit the type 1 personality. So they typically say no blacks or grays. For me, I actually still like to wear black, but I tend to want to make sure that it does, that it still does create that contrast, that it still does have, whether it's a ribbing or stripes that go upward. And then when I am wearing black, that I just feel amazing in it. So they talk about like winter white is best, and then browns like a dark chocolate, bright navies, and jeans should have those white undertones. The metals are bright and then shiny gold. So I love rose gold, I love gold, as you can see. I love gold, things that are shiny and blingy. So that is very, very typical of a type 1 person. Now a type 2 person, and I'm just reading off of the back of these cards that they give you after you take the assessment. The keywords are fluid, flowing, relaxed, blended, soft, subtle, and muted. The design lines, we're looking for elongated, flowing S-curves, softening, rectangular, elongated ovals. The textures, we're looking for plush, soft, and comfortable with the softest weave. Fabrications, how does it fall? Medium weighted fabrics. Patterns, we're looking for blended patterns that flow together in muted and subtle designs. And then color is what's called a tone. So this is where it's actually the pure color tone plus gray. So no stark black or white. So charcoal is actually a really, really good color for that type 2 person. White is softened with a little bit of gray and dustiness. And then browns look like milk chocolate, muted navies, and denim should have those gray undertones. And then jewelries or metal, grays, silvers, brushed nickel, and pewter is what's great for the type 2 person. Now the type 3 person, the words that we're looking for are active, reactive, textured, angular, rich, substantial, dynamic, and swift. And the shapes that we're looking for are triangles, squares, trapezoids, swift lines creating asymmetrical shapes. The design lines, this is typically what you'll see in a garment, like those one shoulders or the asymmetrical dress or skirt are great for type 3. Like I said, triangles, squares, points, angles, and then texture. What we're looking for in a fabric is grainy, bumpy, rough, and ribbed with a really heavy weave. And then how should the fabric fall is actually we're looking for medium to firm weight fabrics. That they should feel substantial and strong on the body. And then a good pattern to look for are dynamic patterns with angular shapes, swift lines, and asymmetrical placements that avoid blending in with the designs. And then colors. So this is actually what's called a shade. So this is a pure color plus black. So we're looking for white is rich, but with a dirty golden quality. So a little bit more here instead of a stark white. Blue is a rich peacock shade, so these are going to be amazing for the type 3 person. And then denim should have a golden or a tan undertone. So those blues, we want to have that richness and that warmness to it. And then metals, rich gold, bronze, copper, and brass, again, for the type 3 person. Now for the type 4 person, this one is that straight line of that energy type. And the keywords that we're looking for are constant, still, bold, firm, simple, striking, structured, and clean. And then the shapes that we're looking for here are parallel lines moving in any direction, perfect rectangles, and perfect ovals. Let's see here. The texture, how does it feel? We're looking for smooth, sleek, high sheen with the tightest weave. And then fabrication, we're looking for stiff, firm to stiff weight fabrics, and fabrics should hold their shape and feel structured and fitted on the body. Patterns, we're looking for bold patterns with symmetrically placed designs. They can be dramatic or simple, clean and distinct, and high contrast color combinations. And then colors, this is what's called a hue. So this is the pure saturated color. And then for metals, we're looking for high shine silver. So what's really, really fun about starting to know not only your type and your dominant type, and then, you know, I'm sure you're going to have another type that you fall into. So I actually fall into type 4 as well. And so depending on your mood, depending on how you're feeling, depending on what you have going on that day, you can make sure to dress the part of what it is what keyword that you want to show up as, whether it's bold, whether it is light, whether it is, you know, bright or constant or different things like that. You can use those keywords to show up in that same energy. Dress the part because that's going to match what it is that you are wanting to portray on the inside. And then you can also start to see those on other people. So it's really, really neat to see just other people's gifts and the things that they're good at. And again, then who doesn't like to go shopping with girlfriends, and you can be the one that says, this would look amazing on you, and they put it on and feel like $1,000,000, and you get to help them feel confident. So it's just a really, really informative and fun video course right here online. So again, make sure that you check out the link, at least take the free energy profile assessment, learn what you can from what I just shared with the different info, get the book. It's going to have great info. So it's Just My Nature, which I've linked here as well. And then like I said, I highly, highly suggest taking the course, which I offer a special discount just for my people, and you are my people. So thank you again for checking this out. I hope that this provided some value. I hope that maybe you heard some keywords in the different types, so you're like, yeah, that describes me. And if you want to deep dive into the course and learn more about how to dress your truth, how to show up in the best way possible for you, for who you are, for the way that you were made, then take the course, hands down. It provides so much value. I know for me, like I said, it increased my confidence. I got rid of stuff in my closet that was no longer serving me. I saved money. Shopping is a lot easier. And then my girlfriends love to come shopping with me because I always pick out awesome stuff for them. So if you guys have questions, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and take the course, hands down. Take the course. I'll talk to you next time.